A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere, and to the free world that we are living in. Friends all, and critics, by the way. Anyhow, today I would like you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you'll get the next updated one. While I was sitting today and thinking, a lot of ideas came to my head. I was thinking for a minute that maybe I'm senile. And I don't mean the Nile in Egypt that Moses crossed. But like I was going out my mind, and so many things keep shutting into my ideas and mind. I want to know, what's going on, George? Are you going crazy? Even though that was my name and I was growing up in Georgetown, Guyana. I'm stupid, I'm crazy, I'm a fool, I'm an ass, you name it. My people call me that already. But nevertheless, I want to make it clear. Today, while I sit here to address the world, I ask many questions. In the Bible and in the historical effect, there was a lot of killing, fighting for land, and fighting for all kind of nonsense. I think that we, the modern generation, are outgrown it. But I want to make it clear who is right and who's wrong. You will never hear somebody who commit a terrible crime accept their fault. But we have so many things going for us today in this modern generation. I will give an advice if it's so into the world. I will deal with what's going on currently in Israel, the Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow human beings around the world. Whether you're from India, Africa, China, or Persia as they call it, Caribbean, Latin, South America, we are all human beings. We all bleed. We all feel pain. We all go against a lot of things. Insult, ridiculing, criticism. We were called all kinds of things, especially when we try to make a difference from the society we're living in. So it's nothing strange. Today, I must be honest. I'm calling on the international community. We don't need no human being who over 65, man or woman, to rule us. Because if the law says 65 you must retire, then we shouldn't have no bloody politician representing us who's over 65. What goes to the goose, goes to the gander. Whether you like it or not. Why we at 65 could retire, get our pension, and die peacefully, while these bastards over 65 want to rule a nation when their brain are reversing and creating problems for the world. Take our President Joe Biden. Take Donald Trump. Difference of age group. We are fighting about it. But we as citizens of the world accept age 65, everyone can retire and get a pension. Or if 62. It does not, that goes to the bloody politician. Are they different from us? When you reach certain age, you lose your eyesight. You lose your ear. You lose the ability to function in bed with your woman. Everything starts to go haywire. Why must we allow anybody over 65 in Parliament, Congress, to rule this country or any country when we have to depend upon youth? No president should be over 65, no part of the world, that's your time of retirement. As the Bible says, the law said 70. Well, if that's what the Lord said, well, I will go with him according to what they say in the Bible. So I will give God the credit and say 70 then. After 65, 5 different years, 60 months. But today we are seeing what's happening in Russia, America. We see what's happening in Israel. We see what happened with Saddam Hussein. We see what happened with the Ayatollah Khomeini, the Shah of Iran, Faz Burnham, and many more I can name. But I must be honest with you. America always be the police of the world for democracy and human rights. But with a few dollar bill, man sell his soul and don't care what happens to the young or the old. My friends, if you believe in God Almighty and you believe in humanity, we around the free world must condemn Israel for what they are doing at presently. But there are good Jews amongst them, good Israelites, loving, kind, devoted human beings, while we have the devils amongst us. In any society, and why, like in Russia, one man must have the voice when the whole parliament or Congress are he God, like Russia leader Putin, and maybe Netanyahu? Ladies and gentlemen, in this free world, I condemn all priests who read the Bible and the Quran. Well, forget the Ramayana, because the Hindus of India, they are uncivilized still to certain things, even though they are the spice world that everybody was going for. They are vindictive, covetous. I don't know what name to give the Indian, and I got the blood in me, okay? No hard feelings, my friends. They are good and bad amongst every human being. But in the Caribbean, Guyana, and elsewhere, every other race is afraid of the black race. Because you're quick to kill, burn, loot, and do all what you want until you meet the right leader who will annihilate every one of you. But we don't need to go through that. I have your blood in me. I have the Indian blood in me, what is the most corrupt human being on the face of the earth. Indians are very jealousful, vindictive, covetous. I don't know what name to give them, but I have their blood in me. And I have you, the black blood in me. You, the black race, only go to battle when things are not right. But you can be easily misled and it turn into that a racial affair like what happened in Guyana, Trinidad, and elsewhere. But you in Guyana and Trinidad and else in the Caribbean, where Indian and black people are, you should not deal with race, because both of you came from a different country, India and Africa. And again, I cannot stop the European, whether they were criminals or not, that entered the shore of India and Africa to bring the cheap labor and to bring the children of Africa and call them slaves. All right? Because I am the product of both of you. I cannot take sides. All right? I got many blood in me. I do not know if I was many rivers, which ocean I would have thrown my waist into. The Pacific? The Atlantic? I don't think so. God will have to provide another one for me. And there are many more people like me. Why are we killing each other for power? Why? Burnham, and I will say it here, and the PNC can sue me if they want. Burnham helped to kill Walter Rodney as the true son of Guyana with the help of Teddy Jagan and Judas Iscariot. And if you all sue me, make sure Jagan and Burnham is in that effing court. Because the judge that take that case and the prosecutor better understand, if you cannot produce Burnham and Jagan, both of you shall be tried and there will be no pardon. So don't make these jackass lie to y'all and fool you. They're about their effing self and their family. I don't care about y'all. You could be as black as tar, being a black person, man or woman. Your black leaders don't care one F about you. And you could be as brown as anything else, as an Indian or light skin. Equally don't care about one another. They kill their mother, their brother, their father, their uncle, and they love the obeah man. Y'all don't like me? And guess what? I don't care one shit, because I never beg. I never beg for sex. I never beg for romance. I beg God for forgiveness if I've committed any crime. If I live in a world with only one race. Let me assume the white race. I will worry. But when I see the brown or the black or the Chinese, I want to intermingle and mix because we are human beings. Why we want to annihilate one another? Which bring me back to Israel. Those people who was running from one country to the other, 100 and something country they was rejected from. But at the same time, they're honorable, decent Jewish people, man, woman, rabbi, who is like you and I. And they unite to make this world a better place for the time they got and want their grandchildren and children to go forward to do the same. But what amazed me, the United States of America was founded on the principle of God. Even the Liberty statue still stand up with a torch in her hand that claiming to bring your poles or whatever it goes with to the shore. Even though the old ancestors have slaughtered the Indians, the Apaches, the Cherokees, and many more. But why are we have to answer the charges of those who have created those problems? If God should try me for my father and mother mistake, then there is no God. I tell you the truth here today. And why blame the devil or Shaitan? We don't see him. We see what's going on right now. Why we cannot make this world a better place to live in peace, love, and harmony and exchange together. I know there's a lot of white extremists, Chinese fanatics, and the Arabs, and they don't care. They block themselves on many things. We know what's going on, and the African descendant of tribal affair. But we are civilized today. Why not unite and make this world a better place so our ancestors, our children can go forward and do better? When the Lord shall let it be light, progress begins, slavery begins. Imagine the prophet Abraham, excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen, fuck his slave, because his wife told him to do that. I would like to have a wife who will tell me, and I have little money, and I have beautiful servant, and who's a slave, by the way, and tell me I must go to bed with her. She is looking to go through the door. Think of it. That's why I advise every man who got money. If your wife wants a chauffeur, get an old man with no teeth in his mouth and a one eye to drive you around, because you're going to get hurt. Which means you're going to be screwing your wife. Because you talk nice and makes you feel good, because women are stupid in many ways. All right? And if you are a woman who got a husband and you want to hire a servant, hire a crippled woman, a sick woman who are blind and don't hear good, so your marriage could go forward. My advice to you, that many servants take the master and put the wife on the street. Again, we are all human beings, animals in the higher class. But today in Israel, I call upon the international community to speak with one voice. This is not a war, ladies and gentlemen. This is murder. This is slaughtering of innocent women and children and men. How could you be the occupier of a country when you were going there in 1947 and you should have been in Guyana? You spoke about Adolf Hitler, and I understand everybody went against him. The whole world, because we want peace. We want to live. But today, y'all are worse than him. Y'all are messing up with the water, the light, the internet, the food. You're even shooting them while they're going for food. And the great country that was founded on the principle and God we trust support you. Almighty God, on this Thursday at this time, I ask you to make your presentation to the United States of America that I live in a great country with honorable and great people, and show them who you are. This country should not be dwelling in corruption and obstruction against innocent people that believe in you. Ramadan is another 8 or 9 days. And with all the Jews are blowing up the temple, killing the people, massacring children and women, they're still waiting on the month of Ramadan. Where is Muhammad? Where is Isa? Father, this is when the devil sits in a corner and laughs because you refuse to do something. Show America and all who backing Netanyahu right now that you are in control and show us that you are there. Do something drastic so we all can wake up and say, praise be unto you. Or unless we are being fooled that there is no God, no Allah, no Bhagwan. Because in Guyana, Ramjatan Nagabutu was involved in a crime against my son, and so help me God. Our hands are clean, I'm holding it back yet. But before I depart from this world, they would have to answer. I am not an invalid. Corrupt people. Why we cannot unite and make this world a better place for humanity? The black man and race have to stop talking about slavery when the Bible begins with it. And if Moses was black, Jesus was black, Muhammad was black, then it had a reason why the Lord make another lighter-skinned person come and take over, because they wasn't having respect for God. But yet in every race there was good and bad. Good Indian, good black, good European, good Chinese, good native. The whole of the Americas, from Alaska to the Falkland, is an indigenous nation race. We call them indigenous people, ruled by dangerous people. We claim independence to some country as Europeans give it up. But yet in Guyana and many other countries, the law books claim he who receives stolen property is guilty of the crime. So what are we doing in Guyana, Trinidad, the Caribbean, America, and all the rest of the world? Because no more England and France, Holland or Belgium ruling these places. Where is the Amerindian as the indigenous people? England ruled by European, Holland, France by European. Africa by black people right now, you are free. China by Chinese, you are free. India by Indians divided by religion, you are free. And the Arabian by the Arabs, who really don't want to accept that there was a mixed race of everybody. But my friend, I am not here to historical affair and the geology affair. I'm here for what is fair. All right? Israel is wrong for what they're doing. And I want to make it clear. Not all Israelites or Jews, as you might call them, is a part of this. And what happened on the 7th of October should never happen. My greatest condolence goes out to those who lost their family, friends. It should have never happened. If it was done by Hamas, it shouldn't have happened. But as a Jew, an Indian, Chinese, or African, one must understand, revenge does not tell you what day and time it will retaliate. Once you get that clear. Revenge is in the heart of the devil and man who's looking to change civilization. All right? So do not blame Hamas or whatever. Today in the world we are living to see, you got Russia leader. He don't want NATO or NATO to put nothing there in Ukraine, and maybe he have a right, because we didn't allow Cuba to have missiles just next door to Florida under John F. Kennedy. So who's right and who's wrong, ladies and gentlemen? We all have killers. The blacks claim that they are the first people. And when I talk with some of my family who's in the black race, I must be honest, sometimes I only share the conversation, but it's a pack of madness. Oh, we discover light and I make jokes. Well, maybe if you're the first people and you discover light, then maybe you were so black God couldn't see you had to put light for we to see you. But I make that as a joke. But with the Indian, one of the most corrupt human beings on the face of the earth, in all the race. You fight because of religion, and you illiterate and don't know the truth. You fight because of money. You want to be better than your brother and your sister. You wouldn't kill your mother, your father. You will sue for land that don't belong to you. You will... I don't know what to say about y'all. While the blacks may have their way, but they are more patriotic and loving to be united and work together. Or the European as the white man. Well, the Chinese make it clear. See no evil, hear none, speak none, which means they already identify the other race as evil. They will associate with you, but they keep off from it. Friends, I am appealing to all of you for whatever time it got. Today might be the 7th of March. I give you up to the 7th of April. Let's unite and change this world. Stop killing innocent people. Whether you're an Arab, a Chinese, an Indian, a black, a Jew, or whatever. The whole world is falling apart. The murdering in Israel is not a war. Those people who are being killed are children, women, innocent people. They don't even have a grain of sand to fight back. They're waiting on Allah to answer their call. Tell me, all of this makes some people say there is no God. Because he should act already. We are only here temporary. But if you talk like that, the fanatics in the church, the Christian church, the Muslim mosque, and the Hindu man there, oh, you're a sinner. God can destroy you. Well, friend, we all born, we have to die. And if God chooses to destroy me, or because what I'm saying, I can't stop him, he's God. I shouldn't be in the world in the first place to go through this BS. And you, the black people, stop, and the Indian in Guyana, stop running behind the president, the prime minister, and the opposition leader. All these hypocrites is not for you. They're for friends and family. Look what they're doing in a country that don't belong to them. You, the black race, claim, but the white man brought you into Guyana a slave. But you claim Mother Africa, Ghana. When you were in power, why didn't you open up the door to the Ghanaian? And you Indian talk about India. And Mr. Nadu or Nadu, whatever his name is, he went against y'all and support Venezuela. It's because we have a Muslim leader, same Indian. My friend, it is a shame. I will tell you a story here before I go. There was a pig in a pen that a donkey, a jackass, the Democrat Party, used to care food for him and water. So the pig get big and fat in the cage wherever they had him. And one day the donkey decided to come late. And the pig replied, "You bloody jackass, why you so late?" And the donkey looked at him with tears in his eyes and said, "Brother, I love you, I care for you. I'd rather be late every day so you could drop your weight and let your skeleton show because they're going to kill you." You know what the pig said to the jackass? "That is why you're a jackass and you got to serve me." 1 week passed. The jackass missed every day. He missed a couple hours and he been insulted by the pig. When he arrived the following day, he bring only water for the damn pig to clean himself out. So the pig said to the donkey, "You bloody jackass, what happened to my food?" He said, "Sorry to tell you. I bring the water for you to bathe and ready. Look down the road, you see them 3 men coming there? One got a machete, one got a knife, and one got a rope. I'm going to miss you, my friend. Good luck to where you go, you're going to be on somebody's table." That was the answer of you black people and Indians and others who are voting for these no good politicians promise you heaven, but they're locking the door and will keep you all in hell. What y'all are thinking, man? This world needs civilization, not annihilation. And what's happening in Israel, it is not a war. It's murder against innocent people. If you're looking for Hamas, look for them. But if you're in a man country living and you're the occupier, you was a visitor, now you become the occupier, you're bulldozing their house, you're shooting at them, you're killing them on their mask before the 7th of October. What do you expect them to do? Fold their hands? God had a war with Lucifer and throw his ass out with his angel out of heaven. So what you think human who's not permanent but living only for a short time will allow you to do that? But I call upon the decent Jews around the world to stand up like you're standing up with some great rabbi. Not every Jews are bad. And let's learn from the past. Today's generation should not go through what Adolf Hitler put you Jews in. Y'all are doing worse to these people. It's time to stop it. I know you all got the Saba all over looking to kill people like me. I will raise up in your bloody bedroom. You wouldn't like it. If Jesus rise from the dead, my spirit will follow you. Take it from me. I have no fear. I came from a womb, and I shall enter into the tomb or the graveyard. But I will follow whoever do the killing. I'm not afraid of y'all, because I know y'all are corrupt, like the Indian. Between the Jews and the Indian, I don't know which one of you got first and second. Are you Jews love land and money? The Indian love land and money. But you Jews still have principle to be united. Indian don't unite with their own. What happened to the Indian in Guyana? If y'all was a Jew in Guyana, they do that to you, I would have wiped them out. Even if Jesus they come black, you would have killed him too. That's what Guyana blacks have allowed happen to Indian with the Highlanders from Jamaica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and not forgetting Trinidad that brought in there in the 60s by the American government. Because Dr. Jagan, a coolie bastard, talk about communists. Who want communism in this world? Let's unite and make America a great place. Canada and Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go, we drove the white man out of India. Indians still coming in container to this country and the European. We drove them out of Africa. It's the same bullshit. They're crossing the Pacific and dying. And who rescuing you? Not your black brother. Don't go to Saudi Arabia because they're raping you, the women, and killing y'all. And they talk about they are the land of Prophet Muhammad. They're right, Prophet, but not Muhammad. They're profiteering on the crime they're committing. With this, ladies and gentlemen, you may not like what I said, but I leave everything to Allah, Bhagwan, and God. Open up the door to Guyana and take the less fortunate from Venezuela, Brazil, Suriname, the Caribbean, who was good to us, Africa and India, and the rest of the world. Come on, Mr. Ali, you're doing good. Let the UN help you. Have a good day. Peace be unto all of you, nothing personal, as a human being.